After I married an A-list actress, she had our baby, then dumped me with a divorce. I took our daughter and vanished off the radar. The original me got caught in a flash flood and drowned. That's when I took over his body. After 3 years of grinding nonstop, I finally made something of myself. Today, I was at my daughter's school spring fling with her when a reporter boxed us in. "Mr. Blake, how come your wife isn't here today?" Before I could even answer, my daughter blurted out, "Daddy says Mommy got eaten by a shark." And boom, like a boss fight spawning out of nowhere, Vivian Hart came charging at us, camera on her shoulder like a bazooka. I deadpanned. "And who are you?" My daughter tilted her head and added, "Is she a crazy person? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are." After my daughter, Maya, finished her performance, I planted a big, loud kiss on her cheek. A young female reporter, seeing the sweet moment, shoved her way through the crowd with a live-streaming rig. "Mr. Blake, your daughter was amazing," she gushed. "How come we don't see your wife here supporting her?" Before I could speak, Maya beat me to it again. "Daddy says Mommy got eaten by a shark." "Maya, you're a real genius," I muttered, ruffling her hair. "Maybe we should chill on those smart yogurts." I ignored the stunned looks around us. "You were awesome today, sweetie," I said. "As a reward, how about no homework for the rest of the week?" "Thanks, Daddy. Love you." Maya threw up a peace sign and planted 2 slobbery kisses on my cheeks. I scooped her up and walked off the stage, humming, "Oh, the best dad in the world is mine. Without a dad, you can't feel fine. In Daddy's arms, the sun will shine." Maya hummed along, remixing it with her own flair. Cameron Blake. Vivian Hart, radiating pure murder vibes, stormed toward us, camera still on her shoulder. The singing stopped. Maya and I stared at each other wide-eyed. I played dumb. "And who are you?" Maya whispered perfectly on cue, "Is she a crazy person?" Vivian's chest heaved. Her face looked like a thunderstorm. "Is this how you're raising our child?" I shot back, "Is there a problem?" You're unbelievable." Vivian stammered, too mad to form a full sentence. "You're the one who walked out on me and our daughter for your career," I said coldly. "Now that things aren't going your way, you think you can just stroll back into our lives? Not happening." Maya peeked from behind my leg. "Daddy's right." Vivian's icy gaze dropped to her, and Maya immediately zipped her lips. "Dad's right," Maya thought, and somehow I heard it loud and clear. Mommy's career must be in the toilet if she's coming back now. And she didn't even bring gifts. The audacity. Vivian's eyes went wide. She hadn't seen Maya's lips move, but she'd heard the voice. I knelt fast and covered Maya's mouth. "Don't say that," I whispered. "I'll read you an extra Harry Potter chapter tonight if you behave." Maya clapped happily. Vivian narrowed her eyes at me. "Cameron Blake," she snapped. "If you don't take proper care of Maya, I'll send her to live in Europe. You can't even meet her basic needs. She's suffering with you." Suffering? I almost laughed. In the 3 years since I woke up in this body, I'd used knowledge from my past life to build a fortune so massive I couldn't even count it. "I'm not suffering," Maya said. "I'm living the high life with Daddy. You want me to live with you in that dumb tour bus you call home? Even a dog wouldn't live in that tacky LA mansion." "Lady, you have no idea how insane the man standing in front of you really is." Vivian froze. An Oscar-winning A-lister just got roasted by her own kid. No, she thought, "I need to stay. I need to see it myself. Is he really that amazing?" Her daughter's thoughts couldn't be fake. Just then her agent, a sharp-faced woman named Monica, rushed over. "Vivian, we have to go. The director's losing it on set." Vivian shot me one last look before being dragged away. I rode home on my electric scooter to an old, low-key house in the hills. From the outside, it looked ancient. Inside? A whole different universe. Seeing Vivian again put me on edge. It also dragged up memories of how this all started. The Blake family had gone bankrupt. My predecessor's parents jumped from a skyscraper. After their funeral, he was left with only a few $100. Desperate, he became a busboy at a luxury Beverly Hills hotel to pay off debt. Vivian Hart was Hollywood royalty. Her acting? Her looks? Nuclear. The kind of woman men whispered about like a forbidden fantasy. One look at her and I'm ready to die happy. I'd give 10 years of my life for one night with her. Too bad goddesses like that are untouchable. He couldn't stand listening and stepped outside for air, and that's when he met her. She'd been drugged. The moment she saw him, she wrapped her arms around his neck. You, she slurred. You're with me tonight. I'll give you 1,000, no, 10,000. Deal? I'm not for sale. Then he saw the crisp $100 bills and folded. It was a straight cash for sex deal. She wrecked him all night. He walked away with 10 grand plus a bonus tip. She got him a cushy do-nothing job. Whenever she called him over, he'd be sore for days. A few months later, her belly swelled. We went to the courthouse and got married. No wedding, no ceremony. I worked my ass off to clear the last of the family debt. When you're dead, debts die too, so it wasn't much. The day Maya Blake was born, I made the final payment. Vivian's career exploded. Her agent Monica used Maya to silence me. I was powerless. I tried talking to Vivian but caught her having a cozy lunch with a hot young actor. So I set her free. I took Maya and disappeared. A week later, the signed divorce papers arrived. When it was finalized, we barely spoke. As she left, she tossed me a credit card. I threw it back. I'm not for sale. I'm a man, not a toy. I'll rise again. Then the flash flood hit. He shoved Maya to safety. As he drowned, his final wish became the light that entered my mind. Whoever you are, please take care of my daughter. And then I was here. Still me, but with memories of another world and his will pushing me to protect this little girl. From birth to now, 3 years later, she owned my heart. Best part? I could hear her thoughts. It was hilarious. And now Vivian Hart stood at my gate, with the same hot young actor, Derek Price, beside her. That was fast. This doesn't look good. 2 versus 2. Slight disadvantage. Oh crap. Is my birth mother trying to get me a new stepdad? Vivian shot Maya a look, then turned back to me. The old, got-to-be excuse, she sneered. How many times are you going to use it? Doesn't it get old? What about your promise? You swore you'd take care of Maya. That she'd never suffer. She gestured at the gate. And you have her living in this dump. This yard's smaller than my dog's kennel back home. With that, she shoved the gate open. I tried to stop her, but nope, too late. The gate swung inward, and she froze on the spot. Inside was a private swimming pool and a massive garden stretching across several acres. As far as the eye could see, there were rare, crazy expensive flowers and trees, stuff she'd probably only ever seen in magazines, if at all. And just like that, her daughter's thoughts clicked in her head. No wonder Maya didn't want to live in that tacky mansion. Even Vivian was low-key stunned by this hidden paradise. Then she caught the smug look on Cameron's face. She'd been played hard by this father-daughter duo. Fine, she huffed. I was just using that as an example. I decided to play along. Well, you've seen the house now, I said lightly. Feel relieved yet? Vivian suddenly stormed over and grabbed the front of my shirt. What? You that desperate to get rid of me? She snapped. Weren't you the one who said you never wanted to see me again? My heart slammed against my ribs, but I fought the urge to shove her away. Vivian, don't let him fool you. Derek Price, the pretty boy actor standing beside her, finally spoke up. His eyes were burning with jealousy, mixed with a nasty edge as he stared me down. Was I scared of him? Please. The guy was nothing. I scoffed. What? You trying to be her knight in shining armor now? Derek Price was signed under the same studio as Vivian, and the tabloids were always linking them together to hype their projects. I'd already dug into what really happened back then. It was Derek who'd bribed Monica to set up that whole mess between me and Vivian. Before Vivian could respond, he grabbed her hand. Vivian, don't fall for his act. There's no way this is his house. He's probably just the security guard here trying to get your attention. You're a liar. Maya shouted without missing a beat. Her inner voice chimed in right after. You clueless pretty boy. All your energy goes into chasing women. You've probably never even seen real estate in your life. Vivian's sharp gaze snapped toward me. I glared right back. I didn't say a word. You glare at me. I glare at you. Seeing our silent standoff, Derek's jealousy went nuclear. He barked at his men. What are you waiting for? Get the girl away from this loser. At his command, two bulky guys started marching toward me. I sneered, but before I could even move, Maya waved her tiny hand. All right, boys. Grab your shovels. Grab your rakes. Let's get 'em. The landscaping crew nearby instantly dropped what they were doing and surrounded the two goons, tools in hand. 10 against 2. Yeah, the odds were not in their favor. Maya stood at the front, holding her lollipop like a commander's baton, looking every bit like a pint-sized gang boss. Set. Vivian spun around and slapped Derek Price clean across the face. If you dare lay even one finger on my daughter, she said coldly, I'll make sure you're never heard from again. Derek froze, stunned, not daring to make a sound. It made sense. Vivian was an Oscar winner. He was just a primetime TV star. Sure, it was only one tier apart in Hollywood, but that tier was a freaking abyss. There were only a handful of actresses at her level in the entire country. Vivian had clawed her way to the top on sheer looks and talent. So even while humiliated, Derek knew better than to cross her. Maya's eyes sparkled like tiny stars. Mommy is so cool. So badass. You're my queen. But then another thought popped up. Daddy says girls who fight all the time never get married. Vivian's mood whiplashed instantly, from sky high to crashing down. No, this wouldn't do. He'd only had her for 3 years and this was what he taught her? He was an unfit father. Realizing this, she turned back to Derek. That's enough. You can all go home now. Derek shot me a venomous glare before grudgingly leading his 2 bodyguards away. And you? I asked. When I looked again, Vivian was already leading Maya into the yard. Sir, should we still move these things? One of the landscapers asked. Take everything back, I said. Double bonuses for everyone this month. With that, I hurried after them. If I didn't keep an eye on Maya, she'd sell me out completely. Honestly, Vivian's tactics were obvious as hell. I could see right through her little act. But Maya was still young, her protective instincts running wild. She'd fallen straight into Vivian's trap. I'd have to talk to her later. Mom, look. This is the wishing tree. Maya babbled excitedly. Daddy said however tall this tree grows, that's how long I'll live. I followed behind them, my heart sinking. Vivian kept glancing back at me, something strange in her eyes. Then she noticed there were only 2 lockets hanging on the branches. Her brows knitted together. She took the locket from her own neck and hung it up. There, she said. That's better. It's too late, I replied casually. The lockets have to be on the tree from the beginning for the wish to work. Is that so? Maya thought hard. She couldn't quite remember. But Daddy said you can tie the lockets together with a red string, she thought. Then your fates get tangled together and you share everything. Too bad Mom doesn't know, and I can't exactly tell her. A small smile curved on Vivian's lips. She pulled a jade pendant from her pocket and carefully untied the red silk cord. She was about to tie all 3 lockets together, but paused. Instead, she tied only mine and hers. Maya, sweetie, she said gently. Look, did Mommy do it right? Maya glanced back at me, her face clearly saying, this wasn't my idea. This was all her. I gently pinched her cheek. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes. Vivian grinned, a real smile, bright and genuine. Seeing the Ice Queen melt like that was rare as hell. After that day, Vivian started coming over every other day. She got smarter too, realized Maya didn't need more toys. So she brought mountains of snacks instead. And Maya? Total foodie. She went from cautiously calling her Mama once or twice to shouting Mommy nonstop. But the peace didn't last. Maya started picking up all kinds of internet slang from me. It drove Vivian nuts. She'd pick fights with me several times a day over it. It got so bad I started dodging her. The woman was exhausting. Just then my phone rang. Monica. Cameron Blake, she warned, her voice rough like gravel. Don't forget what you promised me. Just hearing her voice made my blood boil. The original Cameron had been screwed over by this woman, abandoned for 3 years. When I didn't respond, she grew impatient. You're not thinking of backing out, are you? Vivian's single girl image is crucial right now. It's her ticket to a global career. She paused, then sneered. Or is it money you want? Fine. Name your price. How much to keep you quiet? Stop. A man's voice cut in on her end. I could picture the scene perfectly, but I was done playing nice. Do I look like I need your money? I snapped. If you're sick, go see a doctor. Get Vivian Hart out of my life. I don't want to see her for another damn day. And stop threatening me. I'm not the same man I was 3 years ago. Daddy, don't be sad. A little ball of fluff launched herself into my arms. I lifted her up, explaining calmly that it was just a few gophers. Daddy had already taken care of them. Vivian walked over. Was that Monica causing trouble again? She asked softly. So you're not as dumb as you look? I muttered, studying her seriously. For someone so sharp, your acting really looks like it was done in front of a green screen. It was honestly baffling. Your dear agent tried the same stunt as 3 years ago, I said. Tried to buy my silence. I didn't take her dirty money then, and I sure as hell won't take it now. Vivian stood there, stunned. She'd explicitly told Monica to wire me $10,000 a month in child support. Was Cameron lying? But she knew he was wealthy now, rich enough that lying over something so petty made no sense. That left only one possibility. Monica had been lying to her all along. Cameron Blake wasn't the leech Monica had painted him to be, the parasite clinging to her forever. In fact, Vivian said firmly, she was the one acting like a stray dog, using our daughter as an excuse to hang around. I'll investigate this and clear your name. She'd already made up her mind to look into it quietly the moment she got back, watching the father and daughter messing around, laughing like nothing else in the world mattered. She couldn't help drifting back to that night 3 years ago. On impulse, she stepped forward and wrapped her arms around both of us from behind. Vivian's sudden hug sent a spark straight through me. This woman was straight up playing with fire. Luckily, my 20 years of celibacy from my past life gave me enough self-control to hold the line. Let go, I said through clenched teeth. No. Maya's inner voice immediately went off like an alarm. Bad woman. Let go of my daddy. I agreed to call you mommy so you'd play with me, not so you could steal my daddy. If you keep this up, you can go back to your stupid tour bus. Mansion. The yard went dead silent. Vivian and I stared at each other. Maya was legit mad now, her little brows all scrunched up. Daddy, I don't want a mommy anymore. I pointed at Vivian and burst out laughing. Maya, my ride-or-die sidekick, cracked up with me. Vivian's brow tightened. Maya, don't worry. Mommy isn't going to steal daddy from you. Maya's face flipped instantly. Mommy, I was just kidding. Of course I want you. I'd never abandon you. A dark cloud rolled through Vivian's heart. You wouldn't abandon me? A second ago you looked like you wanted to murder me. Maya, sweetheart, you're the best daughter in the world. At the praise, Maya's face lit up with a massive grin. Looking at them now, you'd never guess they were just ready to throw hands a second ago. So this is what they mean, I thought. When they say a woman can change her mind faster than she changes clothes. The moment got wrecked by Vivian's ringing phone. She answered, and I could hear every word. Vivian, you need to see the news. The media found out about your divorce. It was Monica. You need to release a statement right now. Deny everything. Say you've never even been in a serious relationship. If Cameron Blake doesn't cooperate, I'll have the studio's legal team deal with him. I pulled out my phone. Sure enough, her divorce was trending at #1. Vivian Hart was married? Who's the mystery husband? Gee Viv, we just want you to be happy. Of course, the comments were also flooded with hate, trolls, and fake sympathy. Maya leaned her head against my arm. Daddy, why are those people being so mean to mommy? I shot Vivian a look. Your mom told a lie. Now people are calling her out. Vivian's face hardened. She made a quick call, said a rushed goodbye, and took off. The second she was gone, I started packing. If I didn't bounce now, This place was about to turn into a full-blown media zoo. I could deal with trouble, but the hassle? Maya was only 3. Missing a bit of preschool wasn't the end of the world. But just as I dragged our suitcases toward the car, ready to disappear, I ran straight into Vivian and her parents. The 3 of them blocking my escape made my blood boil. An ambush. I knew it. Vivian was trying to lock me down for good. She angrily threw her suitcase on the ground and yelled, "Cameron Blake, you already ran away for 3 years. Why are you running again? Can't you just stay put for once? I want a home too. Wait, where's your ring?" She froze, eyes locked on my bare finger. Her parents gently led Maya aside, giving us space. "But we're divorced," I said awkwardly. "If I remember right, you were the one who wanted it. And the ring, I lost it in the flash flood." Vivian frowned. "What are you trying to say? I'm her mother. Don't I have the right to take care of my own child? And about the divorce, we can always—" "No," I cut her off fast. "I don't want to. The last thing I wanted was to remarry an A-list actress and live under paparazzi surveillance 24/7. That sounded worse than death. Since I was boxed in, Maya and I had no choice but to stay, for now." In the main hall, Vivian's father spoke first. "Cameron, hiding isn't a long-term solution. Maya is missing a mother's love. That's not healthy." "Maya is our granddaughter," her mother added, holding Vivian's arm. "We won't allow her to be dragged around, hiding from place to place with you." One wasn't enough, so they called backup. I stood up, walked out, and came back with a document, the divorce agreement. It clearly stated that Vivian Hart had voluntarily given up all custody rights. That's impossible. Biben Craive. I'd never signed something like that. But there it was. Her signature, clear as day. The proof slapped all 3 of them in the face. Vivian's father jumped up, grabbed a rolled-up newspaper, and started swatting her. "How did I raise such a heartless daughter? Abandoning your own child. Are you even human?" Her mother tried to stop him a few times, then sighed. "Don't hit her face. Hit her butt. That's where it counts." For once, Vivian didn't dodge. The newspaper landed softly, like hitting a pillow. Maya snuggled into my arms, blinking her big eyes. "Daddy, is this what you mean by spanking someone till they see stars? Grandpa's hit mommy like 10 times already. Why aren't the stars coming out?" Her inner voice whispered, "There you go, mommy. This is the best I can do. If you smile, it won't hurt as much." I had to bite my lip to keep from laughing, but I couldn't let Maya see her mom like this. I stepped in and stopped him. Her parents exchanged a look and instantly stopped. Her mother pulled out a first aid kit, trying to lead Vivian away. Suddenly, Vivian dropped to her knees and grabbed my legs. "Cameron, you have to believe me. I never meant to abandon Maya. I only remember us agreeing to a temporary divorce. We were supposed to remarry when the time was right. And the agreement said I'd give you $10,000 a month for child support." I cut her off. "How did you even become an actress? How can you be this naive?" I laid out everything I'd uncovered over the past 3 years. Vivian's face darkened, her voice turning cold. "Monica, I treated her like a sister. Why would she stab me in the back?" Her mother was about to speak, but Maya jumped in first. "I know why. Mommy, Daddy says when a woman betrays another woman, there are only 2 reasons. One is for a man, but you and Monica are both girls, so nope. That means it's for money." I bent down and kissed her cheek. "That's my girl. Smart." Vivian's face darkened even more. "Cameron Blake, what exactly are you teaching our daughter? She sounds like she's plotting in Game of Thrones." "She figured it out herself," I muttered. "I tell her a lot of classic stories. She listens. A lot." Maya, thinking she was being praised, was about to launch into another explanation, but I quickly shushed her. One look at Vivian's face told me she was not amused. With everything finally out in the open, the tension eased. After some discussion, we reached an agreement about Maya. Because I had a history of vanishing, her parents would stay to supervise me. Vivian would return to LA to deal with her career mess and keep the media storm away from the estate. Before leaving, Vivian warned me, "I'm not trying to take Maya from you. I'm just scared you'll pack up and disappear again. And since you don't want to remarry, I won't bring it up, for now. Alright. Go already, I said, waving her off. Through the security cameras, I could already see paparazzi lurking outside the gate. Before I go, I want to see her one last time. I followed her to the master bedroom. For the past 3 years, Maya had always slept with me. I'd tried hiring a nanny, but if she woke up and I wasn't there, she'd cry nonstop. I figured it was because she'd been missing a mother's love from the start. Vivian looked at our sleeping daughter, a soft smile spreading across her face. She looked so much like her. Total mini her. A future heartbreaker for sure. My taste is flawless, she thought, her eyes sliding toward me. I looked away fast, way too much heat in that stare. I'll have Marcus drive you. Maybe we were talking too loud because Maya stirred. Her eyes fluttered open, landed on me, and she instantly stretched out her tiny arms for a hug. All right, sweetheart, I said, lifting her up. Were you actually asleep, or were you just low-key eavesdropping on mommy and me? Maya grinned, flashing 2 perfect dimples. No way. I just missed you, Daddy. But her eyes kept sneaking looks at Vivian. Don't worry. Mommy's just heading out for a bit. Don't listen to your dad's nonsense, Vivian said, forcing a smile. Mommy will only be gone for 3 days. She was smiling, but I could see tears pooling in her eyes. That's when it hit me. She loved our daughter just as deeply as I did. I'd planned to stay out of her mess, but right then, I decided to help. As she was about to leave, Vivian leaned in and dropped a quick kiss on my cheek. Keep the bed warm for me, she whispered. She really had the nerve to tease me. I heard 2 very obvious giggles. I scooped Maya up and tried to chase after her, but nope, too late. I hadn't expected Vivian to move that fast. She tore up her contract with the studio. She dragged Monica to court. She publicly announced she'd been married. She cleared the air about the fake romance with Derek Price. One bomb after another. The studio freaked out and threatened to blacklist her, basically freeze her career. Her response? Literally the next moment, she dropped a statement announcing her retirement from acting. That chain of nuclear-level announcements sent her old studio into a full-on meltdown. They didn't just lose their biggest star, they also earned a shiny new reputation as a blood-sucking corporation that chewed up its talent. Vivian's parents blew up her phone nonstop, but all they got was voicemail. Seeing how stressed they were, I quietly carried Maya into another room and made a call. Griffin, I need you to protect someone for me. Fifienhart. A loud laugh came through the phone. That's it? Easy job. Piece of cake. But what about that script you promised me, bro? You'll have it in 3 days. You know I'm slammed with Maya. Don't give me that. Everyone knows you spend your days fishing and playing video games. Alright, gotta go. Something came up, I said, cutting him off before he could expose all my secrets. Maya's eyes sparkled as she hugged my arm. Daddy? Was that Uncle Griffin? I haven't seen him forever. When's he coming? I tapped her nose playfully. He's a big grumpy dude. What's there to see? You just want his cooking. Kids shouldn't be picky. Vivian came back way sooner than I expected, and with a U-Haul's worth of boxes and bags. I immediately blocked her path. What is all this? Are you moving in? She raised an eyebrow. I'm here to take care of my daughter. Problem? What was this? She gets blacklisted and now thinks she can just freeload off me? There is a problem. The next second, 2 voices shouted together. Vivian looked at me, then down at Maya. Maya, sweetie, don't you want mommy to be here with you every day? Maya glanced at her, then tightened her grip on my arm. Mommy, you can't move in. Why not? Vivian asked, confused. Maya hesitated, then looked up at me, and her inner voice went off. Seriously? You have the nerve to ask? It's obvious what you're doing. You just want to move in and steal Daddy from me. And you secretly told Grandpa to convince Daddy to remarry you. You really think I'm just a dumb 3-year-old? I nearly lost it holding back a laugh. This kid was unreal, sharp as heck. Hearing her daughter's thoughts, Vivian's face turned bright red. She shot me a desperate, pleading look. I just shrugged. You're on your own. Maya spoke again, sounding super concerned. It's for your own good, mommy. You work so hard making movies. Running back and forth would be exhausting. I'd worry about you. Vivian got it. Even if she said she'd retired, Maya would just invent another reason. So she didn't push it. Instead, she rented a storage unit nearby and dumped all her stuff there. I couldn't just stand by. I walked over. You're not taking this back to your mansion? Already dragged it all out here, she said casually. It'd cost money to haul it back. Storage here costs way more. I was about to argue, but she pulled out several giant bags of snacks. Maya, look what mommy brought. You like these? Snacks solved everything. Maya instantly forgot about the moving drama. The two of them walked off side by side, munching happily. I followed, watching Vivian closely. She hadn't given up on me. And maybe it was just me, but for someone who'd just quit a legendary career, she didn't look unhappy at all. That made me uneasy. Vivian, are you really just giving up your career like this? She turned and flashed a dazzling smile. Why would I want that old thing when I have this adorable daughter and this handsome man right here? Maya's inner voice cut in again. Daddy, don't you get it? Mommy just wants to mooch off you. She's making it sound noble, but she probably doesn't make in a year what you make in a week. Mooch off me? Vivian pointed at herself, shocked. Even at her worst, she still pulled 8 figures a year. But then she looked around at the massive, perfectly groomed estate, and went quiet. Compared to him, she really was small fry now. She thought, a mooch. Mooching off your own husband isn't that bad. After a moment I spoke. Vivian, you can't just give up like this. Did you forget why you wanted the divorce? You should go back. I won't stop you. The healthy glow on her face vanished, replaced by something pale and tense. She stared at me. You're afraid of me. My heart skipped. Afraid? Yeah, of course I was. I saw the hunger in her eyes. I was terrified she'd eat me alive. I was already hiding in the bathroom 3 times a night. Before I could answer, her gaze sharpened. My phone rang. Monica. I didn't want to pick up, but after a beat, I stepped aside. Cameron Blake, we need to meet. Don't hang up, she said fast. I have information you'll want. Stop wasting my time, I grumbled. Just text me when and where. Do you know how expensive my time is? Silence. Vivian walked over. Was that Monica? I've already sued her. I'll make her pay back every cent she stole. I waved it off. Yeah. She wants to meet. I was thinking of seeing her anyway. Time to settle old scores. No one steals my money and walks away. She'll spit back every last cent. Vivian looked confused. You're acting weird today. Weird? I'm helping you get revenge, I called over my shoulder. Something's off with you. Really off. I grabbed Maya's hand and turned away, not wanting to argue. The next day, I showed up at the restaurant to meet Monica. My security team had already swept the place, just in case. Cameron Blake, you're 20 minutes late, Monica snapped. Don't you know my time is billed by the minute? I pulled out a debit card and tossed it onto the table. Relax. There's $100 grand on that card. Covers my lateness, yeah? Her anger instantly flipped to excitement. Derek Price was right. This guy was loaded. With a little effort, she could get all of it. Cameron, she purred, I know you still have feelings for Vivian. And this time, I won't get in your way. You've got the money. I've got the connections. We can work together. Get Vivian a role in a major Hollywood blockbuster? One look at her smug, victory-loaded face and I knew exactly what she was fishing for, my money. But did she really think my cash was that easy to grab? Monica, you're forgetting one tiny detail. Vivian's retired. I can handle that, she shot back instantly. The studio head is my uncle. If I say she's coming back, she's coming back. She leaned in, all fake warmth. Cameron, the first time I saw you, I knew you were born for big things. These last 3 years, raising Maya alone, must have been lonely. I can keep you company. I cut her off cold. You slept with Derek Price. You seriously think I want your leftovers? So what? She scoffed. My skills in bed are top 1%. I raised my phone. Vivian, did you hear that? I said into the speaker. This is your beloved agent. A straight-up shark who eats people alive and doesn't even spit out the bones. Her plan blown wide open, Monica dropped the act completely. If you know what's good for you, you'll take my deal. Otherwise, Vivian will never work in this town again. Vivian's voice crackled through the phone, pure rage. Cameron, put her on. I'm ending this right now. I leaned back in a booth and waited half an hour. When Monica came back, her face was twisted with fury. Cameron Blake, you two really screwed up this time. You're finished in this industry. There won't be a single place left for you. I pulled out my phone and chuckled. We'll see. Before Monica could even enjoy her little victory lap, her phone started ringing nonstop. Each call drained more color from her face. Finally, her knees buckled and she collapsed to the floor. It's all gone. Why is this happening to me? Her eyes were swollen and bloodshot as she snapped her head up at me. Was it you? Or you? Who are you really? I'm me, I said calmly. Or you could call me. Before I could finish, a deep, commanding voice cut in. He's the man you'll never be able to touch. I looked over and grinned, clapping him on the shoulder. Griffin. All done. Ha. My guys, let's grab a drink first, he boomed, returning the gesture. His gaze dropped to Monica, who looked absolutely wrecked. So this is the one giving my brother a hard time? He looked her up and down with disgust. Look at you. How do you even live with yourself? I gave him a thumbs up. Griffin could destroy someone without dropping a single curse word. Solid as ever, my right-hand man. Monica stared at him, frozen. Why your director, Griffin? Why are you helping this nobody? Griffin cut her off. He's my boss. Who do you think I'm helping, him or you? Ah, Monica let out a strangled sound and passed out cold. Is she faking it? I asked. Griffin shook his head. Doesn't look like it. Her uncle's company just went bankrupt. She's probably scared he'll come after her. I nodded. Call her an ambulance. Let's go get that drink. We were halfway through our first round when my phone rang. It was Vivian. Maya's been kidnapped by Derek Price. My blood ran cold. I couldn't believe he'd go after my daughter, but something felt off. Maya always had 2 bodyguards with her. I hadn't gotten a single call from either of them. That meant only one thing. The kidnappers were pros. When I arrived at the abandoned warehouse, Vivian was already there. The second she saw me, she threw herself into my arms, crying, a faint smile flickering on her lips. Honey, I'm so sorry, she sobbed. I couldn't protect her. You can hit me, yell at me, whatever you want. I shot Griffin a look, and we stormed inside. What I saw almost made me laugh and cry at the same time. Maya was sitting on a plush sofa, cool as hell, directing my bodyguards while they took turns punching and kicking a tied-up Derek Price. Pay attention, she ordered. Beat him up, but don't leave visible marks. I rushed over, scooped her up, and checked her from head to toe. Just a few small scrapes. I finally let out the breath I'd been holding. I turned to the guards. What the hell happened? Why didn't you call me the second something went wrong? They exchanged nervous looks, eyes darting toward Maya. Right then, my daughter planted a big kiss on my cheek. Daddy, don't be mad. This was my idea. I wanted to play Little Red Riding Hood. So she'd played the victim on purpose, let the big bad wolf take her, then flipped the script and had him beaten into the ground. On the floor, Derek Price writhed in pain, trying to beg me for help. This little demon was ruthless. So many rats in here, I said loudly. Griffin, let's step outside. Griffin burst out laughing. Look at this one, fat and greasy. You can tell he's been eating good. Derek's eyes rolled back in rage, but tied up like that, he couldn't do a damn thing. Once outside, I called the police and an ambulance. Minutes later, the cops arrived and hauled Derek and his 2 accomplices away. With video evidence and multiple witnesses, he had no choice but to confess, dragging even bigger fish down with him. Vivian, I said finally, letting my anger out, Maya's a child. You should know better. No wonder her fear had felt a little too staged. Griffin laughed. Hey, brother, don't blame your wife. This kid of yours is sharp. She probably offered her mom a deal she couldn't refuse. I'll deal with her at home, I muttered. The crisis was over. Griffin went to clean up loose ends, and I took Maya back to the estate. The second we walked in, I knew something was wrong. Vivian's stuff was everywhere. Furniture, clothes, personal things. Then it clicked. The deal Maya made was letting her move everything back in. Vivian followed behind me, silent. I turned to her. All right, enough with the sad face. Who are you fooling? So, you're not mad anymore? She asked carefully. I reached out and wiped a tear from her eye. Why would I be? Maya wanted to play a game. This wasn't your fault. Hearing that, Vivian stepped forward and wrapped her arms around me. I get it. I promise it won't happen again. Seeing her like that, vulnerable for once, I couldn't push her away. Her warmth seeped into me, and I smiled despite myself. After a moment, I put an arm around her. To make sure nothing like this happens again, we stopped spoiling her. From now on, you're the bad cop. I'm the good cop. Vivian instantly put on a pitiful puppy face. You don't want to? I said. Then you move out. She nodded so fast it was a blur. That night, I regretted everything. After getting me drunk, Vivian climbed into my bed. Cameron Blake, you're so cruel, she sobbed. You're making me be the bad cop. Do you know how much Maya's gonna hate me? She's already glued to you. I tried to sit up, but the room spun. Vivian, what did you do? Nothing you didn't want, she whispered, eyes gleaming in the dark. You've been avoiding me for weeks. A girl's gotta take action. Before I could protest, she kissed me, and my resistance just melted. The warmth of her body, the softness of her lips, it was too much. Maybe it was the alcohol, maybe the loneliness, but I kissed her back. The next morning, I woke up with a killer headache and a very satisfied Vivian curled beside me. I groaned. What happened? Good morning, husband, she purred, stretching lazily. We're divorced, I reminded her weakly. Not for long, she said with a sly smile. After last night, we both know where this is going. Before I could reply, there was a knock. Daddy, Mommy, are you awake? Vivian's eyes went wide. We scrambled. I threw on a robe and opened the door to find Maya standing there with a breakfast tray. Grandma clapped her hands and said, You two need to eat. Then her eyes narrowed, full on detective mode. Why is Mommy in your room? I started. Mommy was scared last night. Vivian jumped in smoothly. So Daddy let me sleep here. Maya's inner voice instantly kicked off. Adults really think kids are dumb. I know exactly what went down. Operation Get My Parents Back Together. Success. Now I just gotta act clueless so they keep thinking I'm innocent. I had to cough to hide my laugh. This kid was way too sharp for her own good. Over the next few weeks, life slid into a new groove. Vivian officially moved in, though we still kept separate rooms, for Maya's sake. The media storm slowly fizzled out, and Vivian actually looked happy chilling in retirement. One evening, I found her in the garden, staring at the wishing tree. Coming up behind her, I asked, Second thoughts? She shook her head. Not even for a second. I spent so many years chasing fame and money, and I missed the stuff that really mattered. My daughter's first steps. Her first words. All the tiny moments that make up a life. She turned to me, eyes shining, tears barely holding back. I don't want to miss anything anymore, Cameron. Not with Maya. Not with you. I pulled her into my arms. You won't. I promise. She looked up at me, hopeful. So, does this mean you'll finally agree to remarry me? I pretended to think it over. I don't know. What's in it for me? She punched my arm, laughing. How about a lifetime of happiness? Tempting, I said with a grin. But I think Maya should have a say too. Right on cue, Maya came sprinting out of the house, her face glowing. Daddy, Mommy, look what I made. She held up a drawing of the three of us holding hands, hearts floating everywhere. What do you think, Maya? I asked, kneeling down. Should Mommy and Daddy get married again? Her eyes lit up like fireworks. Yes. She jumped up and down. Does this mean we'll be a real family again? We've always been a real family, Vivian said softly, kneeling beside us. But yes, sweetheart. We'll make it official. Maya wrapped her arms around both of us. Ever, her inner voice cheered. Finally. My parents are so dense, it took them forever to figure out what I knew all along. They belong together. I caught Vivian's eye over Maya's head, and we both cracked up. 3 months later, we held a small, private ceremony in our garden under the wishing tree. No paparazzi, no media madness, just family, close friends, and Griffin, who insisted on being my best man. As I slipped the ring back onto Vivian's finger, I thought about how far we'd come. From a broken marriage and a devastating flood to this moment of pure happiness. Maya stood between us, holding both our hands, her face glowing. And for the first time since I'd woken up in this body, I felt completely at peace. This wasn't just a second shot at life. It was a chance to build something real, something solid. A family built on love, trust, and the unbreakable bond between a father, a mother, and their incredible daughter. As we walked back to the house hand in hand, Maya's inner voice popped up one last time. Mission accomplished. Now all that's left is convincing them to get me a puppy. I laughed and squeezed her hand. Life with these two would never be boring, and honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything.